Well, it is a new day. Figured I'd be hauling by now, but we were back over to the strip tow bar. Didn't think that it was supposed to be this nice. Everything's kind of dried out. It's warm this morning. I think we can run. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna finish this 120 acres here. Strip ground isn't very fun to walk across. Hopefully we will be finishing this field today, and then we're down to basically nothing left. Just gonna let her warm up for a little bit, and then we're gonna jump straight into it. We left this place the other night. It started raining, so everything started piling up on the bar. I just quit, went home. So this thing is basically full. I don't have to do any filling or anything before I can just start running. I'm just gonna let her warm up and take off and go. All right, so we've ran about 30 feet. Let's go ahead and get out and check it. You guys tell me whether or not you'd be running. It didn't get that cold. This is the worst frost I've seen this year. I don't understand. I think it's gonna have to either wait till spring, or if we catch a really warm spell up in the 50s or 60s. I mean, it's like 45 today. It's really not bad. But I thought I pulled the bar apart behind me when I just lowered that. Man, I did not expect that. We just checked one of our fields at home, and there wasn't even any frost in the ground, so. Dad is running not too far away with the ammonia bar. So I'm gonna head over that way, see how he's getting along. I may just need to pick him up and bring him home as well. Because if my strips look like that, I guarantee that anhydrous bar is probably not doing a very good job. Granted, he is putting the anhydrous on top of my strips, so as long as he stays directly on my strips, I think he'd be okay. But I mean, it's just so frozen, I don't even know if that's sealing right or nothing. Probably just leaving trenches. I mean, well, my assumptions were right. He could not run. We're back at the farm now. We're just going to go ahead and put that Kenworth together and start getting trucks loaded. All right, we've gotten pretty much all the hoses on. Coolant drained. We've got all these hoses replaced. All these little hoses. Some of the bigger on the lower end. And there's one little guy left. This guy here. And he's back in there. So this could be interesting. Oh, I had him. It only took half a toolbox and 2 hours to get it off.
Coolant issues as this thing's had here in the last couple of years. I'm thinking it wants to be air cooled. Enough to get me a store they have. That's actually supposed to be enough grease.
Huh. That's quite a bit of grease there. Plenty. Especially with those packs on there. It is a new morning. Today we are hauling grain, finally. A little foggy, a little wet, but we're gonna go ahead and head over to a different farm, get set up to a bin up there, start taking some corn to town. Well, we got the truck hooked up. Dad went ahead and got the auger set up to the 7600, and he headed down to the farm already. So by the time I get there, he should be just pulling in. Hopefully I can miss that garbage can. All right, now we should be good. Anyway, we are headed out now. We're gonna be hauling some corn to the terminal on the river here, Cargill. We've got about 50 or 60,000 bushels of haul that just this December. Quite a bit of it is last half, which is usually always a pain because of Christmas and things like that. And sometimes Cargill over here will do a non-GMO week. So usually when we're doing the last half, we'll take it to the ethanol plant. So we've got quite a bit of grain to haul. Tomorrow we're thinking we might be able to run. It is a little wet today, but it is staying warm above freezing. So for today, grain hauling. Tomorrow, possibly strip tilling again. We're almost done.
Afraid we screwed up again.
What? Oh, we need the extension cord. Oh, baby. Dad and I had to run back to the farm quick because we ended up forgetting a drop cord for that withdrawal in the bin. It's not long enough to reach the outlet that they put in there, so we needed an extension cord basically just to get it to run. We thought we had changed it, but apparently we did not, so we had to come back, grab that extension cord. Not all evil, because I did forget to grab some extra jugs of coolant just in case this thing is low from after doing all that work to it. Just barely skimmed by that garbage can again. While I was in the shop, I went ahead and grabbed some extra Glad hands. Those red and blue connections that are on the back of the trailer there. Those are called Glad hands. They supply the air to and from the trailer. And they do have a habit of breaking when it gets really cold and you turn too sharp or something happens. For some reason, I don't know if they just cheapened up the way they make these Glad hands anymore, but they just seem to snap in half. And it's not like I've got it routed wrong or anything like that. Everything's up off the catwalk. It's not getting caught. They just break. And so I've had a few fits with them. I wouldn't say they have a habit of doing it, but every now and then, once a year maybe. So I just went ahead and grabbed a few more of those Glad hands, put them in here, grabbed some crescent wrenches just so I can change it in case that does happen. Because sometimes it happens in very bad locations. I had one Glad hand come apart on me while I was crossing the train tracks. That was not a fun day. Of course, everybody and their neighbor was sitting at the four-way staring at me saying, what the heck is this guy doing? Because I'm sitting here parked in the middle of the train tracks. Had to jump out of the back quick, change that, put it on, and get on my merry way. While we were in the shop, we also seen that we forgot to put the fire extinguisher back in here from when we took the seed out during harvest, trying to get that line fixed. So we went ahead and got that put back in. Just the little odds and ends that we forgot about. So we are headed back up to the bin site. We should start getting a truck loaded. We are loaded down, ready to head to the river. We're taking this to Cargill. They have a facility right on the river, about 5 miles from the farm, which is extremely convenient. Typically we'll sell through a broker so that we can take it pretty much anywhere we want to. This stuff I believe is going direct though, direct to Cargill. So we have to deliver it to Cargill. This bin should have about 9,500, 10,000 bushel in it. So we'll go ahead and get this bin empty and move on to the next one up north. A little bit of a lineup here, but nothing bad at all, certainly. We are all dumped. Now we just got to do that 60 more times until the end of December. We had quite the line for the second load we got, but we also got started a little late because we had to bring everything up here and all that. But we're gonna go ahead and just load the truck for tomorrow. That way I can take it in early in the morning and hopefully get more than 2 loads. Pretty warm today, so I am going to probably head up to the tractor that we've got sitting in the field, the strip till bar, and see if it won't run today. Hopefully I can get quite a bit ran off. I'm betting I can't run, but I don't want to waste any time if I can. All right, we made it back to the strip till bar. I'm just letting the tractor warm up for a minute. I've got nothing better to do right now, so I figured I may as well just come up here and just see if it'll run, because we got to get this wagon empty. I have more than 1 load left on that fertilizer wagon. We could drag it home because it's the amount that's on it. It's like 7 or 8 ton. I mean, it's a 350 bushel wagon, which would equate to about 7 or 8 ton is what it's rated for. So we could pull it home if we needed to, but it's been sitting here and I'd really like to get it empty, because if I get moisture on that fertilizer, that's a very large oopsie. I didn't think I was piling up. Made it across the field. Was about to go check, see what kind of job it was doing, and I look over and I got a mess. And it's clumpy. It's full of dirt. It's really not terrible for how frozen it was the other day. I don't think my shanks are running deep enough. I can tell you that right now. It's 3 or 4 inches probably, but it's hard underneath that, I'm sure, so my shanks aren't getting deep enough. But quite frankly, I don't want to pull up slabs anyway, so I could just leave it, which I probably am going to do. But I mean, these berms look good. They're really not bad at all. I mean, sticky. It's not very dry. It's not the driest anyway. I may need to just wait until the morning. So before I head out, there is a backside to this farm. It's kind of right where you pull into the entrance. There's about 50 acres there, and then you got to cross a pretty wide and deep creek over a little bridge over to the rest of the 70 acres. Well, since it is different directions, we also had 5 different varieties on this one farm. I'm gonna run all the way to the back and just see if it won't run, because it's, you know, changing things up. There might be less trash with the varieties back here. I don't know. A lot of it was laying on the ground in some of this variety in the back, so it could be a million times worse. But again, other than obviously going home to see my beautiful wife and child, I have nothing else to do at work, so I want to make sure, see if I can't do this before I officially go home. I just want to make sure. I just want to see if I can't run or not. So we're going to check her out. As you can imagine, it did not go.
Okay, well, it was worth a try.
Yeah, it was definitely worth a try. Good morning. We are back at it. Plan for today is to get as many truckloads as I can in until I think that that strip till bar will run, because this is pretty much the last day that I think I'm going to be able to run for the foreseeable future anyway. Maybe get 2 or 3 loads in today and then head to that strip till bar and try and get that wagon empty so we can get it home. It's actually probably a quart low. That finally took in, so we gotta add some more of that. I'm not gonna close that hood yet because, or latch it anyway, because there's a piece here of this foam that's missing, and so it's rattling while it's running. It's hitting that, and it's annoying the heck out of me. So I'm gonna get some foam and probably fix that while it's warming up. That should work. Oh, it'll be gobs. Apparently the side that has the paper stuck to it is not the sticky side. So I grabbed a piece that was already not sticky because it was on the end of that roll, thinking that the paper backed portion was the sticky part. I was very mistaken. We'll grab some more. I just want a quick fix for now so it stops rattling. Beautiful. Probably load the truck one more time, take it home for the morning, and then I'm gonna run up and see if I just can't run, because I gotta get it empty. Gotta get it empty, man. And then just park the stupid thing in the shed, because I'm wasting a bunch of time here. So honestly, I think next time, if we're having serious problems with this trash, I think you're better off just waiting until spring to just do your strips. Wait until that stuff decays. I don't know. There are definitely some changes that need to happen for next year, whether that's a different bar, modifications to that bar that we have. We love the Orthman, that one tripper for that strip till bar. It does a beautiful job. That bunching up between the rows is just enough to make you want to sell the dumb thing. And I know every strip till bar has the same problems. I'm not saying it's just Orthman. I'm not saying it's anything I'm doing. You know, it's definitely the bar. It's just all bars have that problem. And I know that because all my neighbors that strip till as well, you drive by their fields and they've got hay bales as well through the corn stalk. So it's not like it's just happening to me. I get that. But they've got to be frustrated as well, you know. I mean, there's got to be a better way. Okay, we are back at the farm. It is definitely sunshiny now. Everything should be dry out in the fields now, so I'm gonna go head up to the strip till bar and I'm just gonna run. If it starts piling up, it's at least daylight now, so I can see if it starts. I'm gonna try and get it done. We gotta quit. We gotta get this stuff in the shed, get stuff cleaned up and put away, because winter is coming and I don't want to be putting stuff away in the snow. Plus side, I made it across the field without plugging. However, one of my baskets is not turning, so I'm making a mess there now too. That's a problem. How the heck did that happen? It's always something. I think I'm done. I'm done dealing with it. I just can't help but think that, oh God, that's what I'm leaving in the field, is 3-foot mounds of dirt mixed with trash. And I mean, the planter it's not even gonna plant into that. I truly think that I just need to wait until spring, let this stuff die or get out of the field. I don't care, whatever, but it's not doing a good job at all, which is weird because there are some fields that were perfectly fine. I don't know what it's doing now is the dirt is just plugging up my, somebody spilled corn. Anyway, the dirt is just plugging up my berm builders, and then I'm just cutting trenches, and that's what's making me pile. I really don't even think it's the trash, actually. It might be the mud. It might just be too sticky. I'm going home. Back to grain hauling. I'm putting this thing in the shed. It's time to quit. All right, I lied to y'all. I'm a stubborn mule. It just was so close to being on the verge of being able to run without piling up. I called Dad, I said, listen, bring the dually, bring the tools. Let's tweak some stuff on this thing and get it running. See if that'll help. Well, the original plan was to widen out my berm builders on the back, right in front of the baskets, so that the trash didn't get caught in between there. However, he walked up and he said, man, that bar that's holding those row units looks kind of like it's tipped down a little bit. So we did some tweaking on the 3-point hitch, and since it was tipped back, the row units were sitting kind of back to where that shank was kind of pointing up while it was going across the ground. Well, we lifted that 3-point and leveled the shanks out and stuff like that. It seems to, I can now run 7.5 miles an hour, but I'm still doing that every now and then. I'm just gonna try and get the wagon empty. If I gotta do this every 5 minutes, so be it.